Hi, I'm Rick Kaler. Have you ever worried yourself into a complete frenzy over something only to find out later that you were worrying about the wrong thing? For example, researchers say that baby boomers are more worried about being financially devastated by unexpected health costs in retirement than they are about outliving their retirement savings. But isn't the cost of health care a legitimate worry? We've all heard the stories of people who have lost their homes, their savings, retirement portfolios, paying for exorbitant medical expenses due to an unforeseen health problem or maybe end-of-life costs. Just recently, Fidelity reported that the average couple will spend $280,000 in health care in retirement. But what's often overlooked is that medical expenses before retirement are inherently more volatile than those after retirement. Before retirement, the variation in medical insurance premiums plays a huge role in the cost of medical care. Those who suffer the greatest losses from unexpected catastrophic medical expenses are often those who are uninsured. The Affordable Care Act was designed to make it unusual for those with health insurance to suffer a catastrophic loss from unforeseen medical expenses. Still, the cost of paying for adequate health care can be simply staggering if you don't qualify for a subsidy. In South Dakota, the monthly cost of providing health care for a family of 4 can run between $1,800 and $3,000 a month. And that largely depends on whether you hit the maximum annual out-of-pocket threshold. While that cost alone could be considered catastrophic for some families, the difference is that the potential cost is known, and so it can be budgeted for. This is where health savings accounts, known as HSAs, can be so effective, allowing a couple to put aside $7,000 in tax-deductible savings to use toward funding family out-of-pocket expenses. And if you're over 50, that can be an extra $1,000 or $8,000 a year. Any unused funds can be carried forward indefinitely to fund future out-of-pocket costs. So, in the same way that insurance helps mitigate catastrophic health costs before retirement, so does Medicare almost eliminate the unexpected health care costs after retirement. While it's true the average couple will spend $280,000 on health care in retirement, the reality is that the health care costs in retirement aren't needed as a lump sum on the day of retirement. And that was noted by financial researcher Michael Kitces in an October 2018 article, Getting Real About Annual Health Care Costs in Retirement. He points out that the Medicare system actually makes retirement health care costs a remarkably stable annual cost that can be planned for. Let me give you an example. A 65-year-old couple will pay, with an income of under $170,000, I should note, is going to pay $270 a month in Medicare Part B premiums. A Medicare supplement plan to cover costs not paid by Medicare can run another $300 a month. This puts the monthly out-of-pocket expenses at $570 a month. Further, let's assume an additional $135 a month for ancillary expenses like dental and vision. So we have a total cost of just over $700 a month, or $8,460 a year. If we assume that both spouses live for 23 more years after age 65, that's to age 88, and we factor for inflation, they're going to spend $280,000 in retirement for medical expenses. So when we view retirement medical costs as an ongoing monthly expense, rather than lumping 23 years into one large number, they're not that scary. As Kitces notes, of course, individual healthcare costs may still vary, but it turns out they vary in rather predictable and plannable ways. So with that bit of knowledge, baby boomers can now stop worrying about being financially devastated by catastrophic medical expenses. Those who still need something to worry about can focus instead on what really counts: sufficient retirement income. This means saving enough for retirement and managing their income after retirement so that they will have enough money to provide for the rest of their lives. Thanks for joining me.